Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for another tarot reading. This is a reading for the divine masculine and divine feminine in separation. Now I'm going to post below this video a timestamp when this reading will actually start. But first I want to welcome everyone. If this is your first time joining me and my soul tribe on this channel, welcome to our space of light and where we connect with each other, where we speak to each other and share our experiences with each other. Please, if you like this video, click like. If you like my style, click the bell at the bottom right hand corner of this video. Everything you need to know about me is below this video in the Dropbox. So just a quick sort of a bit of information about this reading. Okay, so tarot readings, especially if it's a general reading, is just a general reading. Okay, and this is a reading for the divine masculine and divine feminine who is in separation at this point in time. There's no contact, there's no communication, you have no idea what is going on with your feminine or your masculine. So the point of this reading is to find out where is the collective at, because there are many divine masculines and feminines here on earth at the moment, changing or ushering in the new paradigm of how the masculine and feminine are going to relate to each other in the new, on the new earth, or the new the new structure of society, if so to speak, in the age of Aquarius. Okay, so if you don't want to listen to this, you can just forward this video to the timestamp below. But what I do feel it's important that you understand that tarot in a general reading is just a general reading. That if the storyline or the energy in the reading doesn't fit, that this reading is not for you. There will be a storyline. I will give you possible personality traits. I will give you a little bit of the journey, the past of your person, where they're at now, and the potentials of where they're going. And remember, tarot is about potential, and I always strive to see the highest likely outcome, because we live in a dimension of multiple outcomes. We have freedom of will. That's the point of being here, is to use our freedom of will to make choices. So we aren't predestined, okay? But if this reading doesn't fit in with your story, or if it doesn't feel right for you, then this reading is not for you. And the reason why this reading might not be for you is because you don't need this information at this point in time, or that the path that you're on, you do not require this reading to give you guidance at this point in time. Okay, so that being said, I'll introduce the deck. So I'm going to use this is my very first deck that I bought in South Africa. It's my Rider-Waite deck, and it's of course blue for the boys. Hello boys, I love our divine masculines. They quietly graft away in their masculine strength on their journey. 9 out of 10 times the feminine has no idea what's going on with them, but they do the work. I want to tell the feminine, our masculines are the strongest masculines that can endure so much, inside themselves and quietly, without letting other people know what is actually going on with them. So a lot of the time the masculine is carrying burdens or having to process information that is not being shared, that they do it all by themselves, because they what's the word, they're so used to not reaching out. Okay, this is for some of the masculines, but we know that the programming with a masculine coming out of 3D 4D is about overcoming the programming of cowboys don't cry, that type of thing. Okay, so with the feminine, I have my Universal Golden Tarot. Give yourself a purple heart. You know, the feminines, give yourself a purple heart for hanging in there and staying present with your masculine, checking in with your masculine to see where they are, as well as the masculine checking in with the feminine to see where they are in this connection. For to get more information, I'll be using The Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue. I will also use the Soulmate cards by Tony Carmine Salino. And I'll be using this deck. I don't know what this deck is called. I got it from an online company, and there's no little booklet with it, so I don't know what it's called. Right. Let's have a look. Where are you at? Where are you at? I've had so many questions. I do have a twin flame channel, so just these connections doesn't have to be twin flame. Whatever you resonate this connection to be, whether it's a divine counterpart, a deep soulmate connection, all of this resonates, okay? It is that connection that you have with someone that is inexplicably, irrevocably changing your life, whether you want it or not. Okay, that is what is this. That person hanging in the back of your mind that you just cannot get rid of. They drive you crazy. Disclaimer. What's that band? Ooh, look what's flipping over for the masculine. Wow. I hear, okay, so disclaimer for the band. What they call Fine Young Cannibals, You Drive Me Crazy. That's the song that I heard. The masculine is waking up spiritually. They deepening their spiritual connection. They deepening the connection to their heart, starting to feel and accept their emotions, knowing that emotions or realizing that emotions, the emotional state, is a divine gift to let them know what makes them happy, how to navigate their life. If they want happiness and if they want to pursue happiness, it is about experiencing your emotions, whatever they may be. But this masculine's heart center is overflowing. Can't stop the tide. It's like you can't hold it back. I love this. The first card for the masculine, and it falls in the position of knowing. He knows. He knows. Spiritually, emotional intelligence. Starting to catch on. Starting to mentally understand how deep this connection is, that it is so deep. It's a divine blessing. Yes, it's possible. It is coming to the understanding that it is possible to experience such a love. It is possible to understand your emotions. It is possible to feel safe in love. It is possible to experience divine love, not only with a feminine, but towards self and as well towards God. So I feel like the masculine is going through if a spiritual awakening, but I feel like this is coming out on the other side. This is receiving the understanding, because spiritual awakening can be very traumatic and dramatic. Spiritual awakening can be like a tower moment where everything is just chaos. But I feel like the masculine has moved beyond this and now is experiencing the beauty and the sweetness of this spiritual aspect to relationships. So we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like your masculine could have Earth in his chart. This is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. But it's almost like he realizes, but he also knows the potential of this. It is being very grounded, being very practical about this, not being overwhelmed by this deep emotion that's being experienced, and truly having a look at the practical beauty of this. Because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very grounded. She's nourishing. She sees the potential in investing her energy that can give her a very good return. But it's almost like the masculine is, for the first time, sitting down, maybe not for the first time, but this time sitting around and fully understanding on how this works, because Taurus is practical, Earth is practical, and it's like the coin there is almost this cup being held there, but looking at it in a practical way is like, how can I work with this deep spiritual connection? And I feel like maybe the masculine, the owner of his heart, because this is the heart connection, how this person feels is they realize, I am in love with this woman. And this woman could potentially be an earth sign, potentially. But maybe just having the personality traits of someone who's really practical, loyal, steadfast, taking care of it, know how to take care of herself, know how to take care of her resources. She's independent, self-reliant. She's financially stable. She knows how to carry responsibility for herself. But I feel like this is also the masculine, that this could be personality traits of the masculine. But with this woman sitting here in the heart center space, I feel like she's the queen of his heart. She holds his heart in her hands, and he knows this. Very passionate. It's a passionate woman. She's dressed in red, and I see all these roses around here. So this is beautiful for the masculine. Action that he's willing to take. The masculine might also have Sagittarius in his chart. We have an angel working here. I feel like your masculine is divinely guided on what action to take. Because this love is so new, this realization is so new to the masculine, because the Ace of Cups is like the love in its purest form, and sometimes it needs time to just temper that for a moment so you don't feel overwhelmed. I don't see the masculine being overwhelmed, but I do feel like the masculine says, okay, all right, just breathe, like, let's just be practical about this, and let's just temper these emotions, these thoughts, this realization that could potentially be overwhelming, because there's no holding that back. No holding that back. None. And with Sagittarius, this is like maybe the masculine is recovering from illness. He's recovering from trauma, or maybe he's coming out of a period that has been very chaotic, and now he's finding his balance. The angels are working with the masculine to show him the path that is going to lead to his Shangri-La. I don't know who used the word Shangri-La. I've never used that. I mean, I don't use that word very often. I haven't used it for a very long time. But the masculine now clearly sees the path to his happiness. Okay, that path in the background. So I feel he's divinely guided, and he knows what step to take. And what I really like about this is this queen of his heart, or his heart space, is already facing towards the feminine here. Now, before I go on to I want to draw one of these cards for the masculine. Okay, that just fell. I like it to pop out when I do these, you know. Sometimes I just jump out. So this is one for the masculine, you know, just to, oh, yep, that's what I'm talking about. No place like home. He knows where his home is. He knows where his heart belongs. He knows who is the person who rejuvenates him, who takes care of him, feeds his soul, feeds his body, feeds his heart. He knows where the places where he is protected, where he can go and rest after a hard day's work. And look at the number at the top of the card. It's 50, 50. So fives are changes, positive changes, and 0 is God or divinely guided. Divinely guided changes is coming in for the masculine, and it has something to do with maybe relocating, finding a suitable place to stay, finally finding his resting place where he feels he can rest and rejuvenate. Love it! Okay. I don't feel like I want to draw more tarot cards for the masculine. That's you don't want to mess with something that's that good, right? So I feel like he's found his home. He knows where he belongs. He belongs with his feminine. He's connected to his heart center in a beautiful way with a Queen of Pentacles. In other words, it's the feminine side of him. Beautiful. And maybe he's integrating his feminine and masculine side with his temperance, finding his balance. Forgiving and learning. So, with the divine connections, there's always some forgiving and learning that needs to be done. Things that were said, situations that unfolded, there was conflict, there was disagreements, there was abandonment, there was walking away, there was, all these things that trigger the heck out of you that is so painful. And I feel like with this Ace of Cups that the masculine is finally arriving at a place where he can say, let's just forget about everything and start over, because the Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning offered by the hand of God. That is the Holy Grail. That's a divine blessing, a new perspective, to see things, to see situations with compassion, and to understand the heart. So for the masculine, he's feeling chemistry with his feminine. He knows not only that emotions, but that, that hot attraction. Like, yeah, this lady reads my engine. She affects me physically. She makes my heart beat faster. She makes electricity run through my body. I physically respond to her. As well as I know in my heart and in my mind that there are feelings here. I have feelings for her. That realization. Putting with this temperance here, it's like the masculine is putting the experiences that he's had in the past. Now, I don't have any past experiences here. But what I do feel like intuitively is like the masculine is remembering. Maybe I should draw another card on this temperance. Why is temperance here, please? What is the masculine? What is this alchemy? And look at temperance is chemistry. It's alchemy. And the chemistry card is falling right next to it. So I feel like the masculine, to a certain extent, is also desiring a deeper connection with his feminine. But he's not ready to go over into action yet. It's just like this is the dawning of this beautiful realization in his mind space, and it's spilling over into his heart and into his actions. Why is temperance here? Why is temperance here, please? Why is temperance here? Please clarify temperance. Clarify temperance. There's distance between the masculine and the feminine. There's passion here. There is waiting for my ships to come in. The masculine is waiting for something. Either he's waiting for his feminine to message him, but I feel like he has the overview of his life. He can see, he has a really good view of where he wants to go with this connection. He has expended some energy towards, maybe he's relocating because we do have the home. Maybe he's looking at relocating or moving closer to his feminine. Maybe there's other factors that he needs to take into consideration, but I see that there is a waiting. I feel like there's past experiences with this person as well. The masculine has past experiences with his feminine, and there's distance separating them. But he knows that there's a lot of passion here. He desires a deeper connection. He's most probably taken some action to see what he can do to, if there's distance, to, what we call it, to reconnect, to maybe making plans to travel, or he has made some sort of effort, or he's thinking about making the effort to change this distance between them. Okay, because the Queen is about she wants to make a long-term stable investment here. I'm going to draw more tarot cards, so this is going to be a long reading. She wants to make a long-term. Tell me about the Queen, please. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here, please? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here for the masculine? Okay, so we get through. Okay, I will take them. So we have the World. I don't really read. Ah, okay, this is telling me the story. I don't really read reversals, but okay, so the masculine realizes someone was left behind, and someone was left out in the cold. Someone had to experience some rejection, okay, which had caused a lot of mental stress, leaving this person behind, or realizing that the action that was taken was most probably not the best one to take, because leaving something behind and leaving someone out in the cold had caused a lot of mental anguish. Trying to calm the fears, trying to move forward from the mental anguish. But I like how these cards speak. Trying to move forward, trying to calm the mind, trying to say it's okay. And maybe the masculine even moved away geographically, but now is finishing off with the cycle, realizing that if in the new cycle that I want to move from this Five of Pentacles where someone was left out, to investing myself in a long-term committed partnership with this, well, not long-term committed, but to make a long-term investment, because this is a solid offer, but it comes from the heart. It's a Queen. So the Queen is here, the masculine realizing that I don't want to be out in the cold. I don't want to have sleepless nights anymore. I don't want to be geographically have this distance separate us anymore. I want to end the cycle. I want to have a brand new fresh start, because after the World card comes the Fool. And that is why we have the Queen here, looking at committing long-term on heart level. Stable. Stable. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Why not? Let's just go all the way. Why is the Ace of Cups here, please? Why is the Ace of Cups here? Tell me about the Ace of Cups. How did the masculine come to realize this love, this connection, this? How did he get to the Ace of Cups? Tell me the story of the Ace of Cups. Why is the Ace of Cups here, please? For the masculine, why is the Ace of Cups here, please? He wants to create stability. Long-term committed offer coming in. And I've been talking about this even before the card came out. This is what the masculine wants to offer. That cup in his hand, that coin in his hand is this cup. And he's looking on how to invest this long-term. It's an offer slow in coming, but we have a lot of earth here for the masculine. Finally, and I feel like it's all because of this energy where he's tempering. He's changing his ways. He wants to change his ways for good. He wants to do things differently this time. But in the way that he wants to do it, he wants to create stability in love, in commitment. Wanting to be with his feminine, remove the distance, whether it's geographical or emotional. He wants to remove the distance that is between them, but he's taking his time because he needs to get used to feeling this way. He needs to make the adjustments. Okay, so what message? If the masculine could send the feminine a message today, what message does the masculine have for the feminine? This one flipped over. In order for you to heal your relationship with another, you must first heal the relationship you have with yourself. Forgive yourself, accept yourself, love yourself. This is where your masculine is at, because we do have that angel of healing. We do have the Archangel Raphael here doing the healing. Finding the balance, restoring the balance on heart level. I feel maybe your masculine has been through the wars concerning his heart, that he has not had good track record with the ladies, okay? But he knows if he had to take a chance on someone, because after the world comes the fool, if he had to take a leap of faith, then his divine feminine is the person that he would take a chance on, because he knows she will catch him when he falls. He knows she'll catch me when I fall. Another message. You are a beautiful and sensitive soul. Love's objective is to help you remember who you truly are, an eternal being of light on a path of ever greater love. So I feel like this is what the masculine has to tell his feminine. You're a beautiful soul and sensitive. He knows that his feminine is sensitive. Experiences from the past where his feminine might have overreacted or been, extremely emotional, he will realize that she's sensitive. I need to handle with care. Okay, need to handle with care. Look, I see this. See how that knight has gloves on? Handle with gloves. Handle with care. He's not being reckless. He's sitting there patiently, wanting to see, how do I invest this? How do I handle this? I don't see he's overthinking. I feel like he just wants to do things right, step by step, to make sure that whatever energy he invests now is going to give a long-term result. So your masculine is working on it, okay? He's working on it. That's where your masculine is, but he's doing it in truth. There's no illusion here. He's being very practical and grounded about things. He wants to offer you the best he can. He's looking long-term, and he's looking at stability, and he's divinely guided. He knows he needs to change. He knows that there's a lot of forgiving and learning to do. He also needs to forgive. He needs to forgive himself, and he needs to forgive his feminine. And look at the one that they're mirroring each other. The feminine is mirroring her masculine, literally. She's in recovery, she's healing, she's finding her balance. She's speaking to her angel, she's praying. She's very much aware of the angels working behind the scenes. She's very much aware that when she gets into contact with her masculine, or when she connects with a masculine, that she needs to keep her stuff together. She can't be all over the place. So she feels like she needs to be balanced. She needs to be patient with the process. She knows this, because where the masculine is doing it, she's thinking it. This is the thinking position. So both parties are divinely guided. The angels are working behind the scenes, people. You can't see this, but you feel it. You feel it in your heart. You feel the calm. You feel the healing on the heart center. You feel the healing on the mind and the overthinking and the sleepless nights. Like that energy is fading away. So where's the feminine concerning her feelings? Let's cut the deck. How does the feminine feel about her masculine? What's happening on her heart level? Ooh. She knows. On heart level, there's more angels working here. I feel like the divine is really bringing in healing to the feminine on heart level concerning things that had happened in the past. Healing the situation in their connection, but specifically for the feminine to be able to process the losses on heart level, because 9 out of 10 times it is the feminine that experiences the separation, that experiences the emotional pain. She goes through all the colors of the rainbow, all the spectrums of black and white consciously. The masculine goes through this as well, but I feel like a lot of the times it is like processed subconsciously and in the dream time. So with the feminine, there's a lot of healing coming up on heart level concerning things that were said. I feel like old behavioral patterns is being broken. The judgment card is also on heart level, coming to arriving at a decision, making a judgment call on things concerning her heart. We have the high priestess. She's waiting. She knows the divine feminine knows she has majors. She's sitting here doing her thing, keeping the balance. If she's I feel like if she's out of balance because she's sitting between the two pillars, the energy of balance that's needed. But I feel she's balancing out because the angels are helping her. Archangel Raphael is helping her heal on heart level to bring an emotional and mental balance. She knows what this connection is. She's trusting her divine intuition. She's trusting her cognizance. So over here we have Pisces, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So you might have any of those signs in your chart, but I feel like for the feminine that she might have health issues, so does the masculine because they're mirroring each other. I feel like the masculine might um, heal like emotional wounds, where the feminine might actually heal physical wounds because of this, that she might struggle with her health in some way, shape, or form. And this has been slowing her down so that she can actually spend more time in her with her spiritual nature. I feel like with the high priestess here that there is no communication between the divine masculine and feminine, and maybe the divine masculine is waiting for the divine feminine to say something, but she's not, because she feels that she has made the effort in the past. She wants to break past patterns. She knows that things needs to be done differently, and so does the angels. The angels are helping to change the existing energy. There's a transformation of some kind taking place here with a feminine, that she knows in order to break old patterns that you have to change the way you do things. And so with the feminine, there's not a lot of action here, and neither is there a lot of action cards with the masculine. Okay, this is almost like playing the waiting game. So I'm going to draw more cards. Tell me about temperance for the feminine, please. Why is temperance here for the feminine? Why is temperance here for the feminine, please? Why is temperance here for the feminine? Too many cards. Just one, please. One or two. Why is temperance here for the feminine? Two. Okay. Geez. Two different decks mirroring each other. The feminine is most probably the one who was left out in the cold because she has the 5 of coins. Okay. And then we have the 10 of coins here. So what is happening with the temperance card is the angels are working on the abundance, literally the abundance and the security and the long-term stability of the feminine. The angels are helping the feminine to overcome lack in her finances and in her abundance. They are also working on if she was abandoned or shut out or rejected, that they're giving her a new place to stand. In Maori we call it turanga waiwai, a new place to stand, a new sense of belonging with a new family, a new long-term committed situation, her visibility in the world. Okay. Her place in the community, standing in the community. I feel like, and this could be, because there's a 5 on the side here, so that 5 could be something like 5 years ago. She had to maybe make a move because they are on the move here. And maybe about 5 years ago, there was a move that had taken it to a place where there's more stability, but it was a process. It's not something that happened overnight. Coins are something that needs to be built brick by brick. And so I feel like over the last 5 years, this feminine specifically, because this is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy, has been working on creating stability in her life because she's been left out in the cold. And the angels are helping her with this. It's a process of alchemy. Brick by brick, the angels are helping her to find her feet again financially, but also in her public standing, where the place where she belongs. And I mean, just look at this. You can't make it up, because here the masculine was also on the move. But this is like, you know, I feel like there's movement, like the masculine might have moved away. Both people are moving forward in some way, shape, or form. Why is judgment here for the feminine, please? Why is judgment here for the feminine? Why is judgment here for the feminine? And I also see that I'm reading in mirror style as well, because I did 3 tarot cards, then I did this, and then I continued with the tarot. But now I'm going to do the tarot, do these cards, and finish with that one. That's funny. I'm also reading and mirroring. Why is judgment here, please? Why is judgment here? Why is judgment here for the feminine? What issues of the past is receiving healing, please? What issues of the past is being healed on heart level for the feminine? What information are the angels bringing through that can help the feminine move forward? Why is judgment here, please? We have the Empress. I feel like the feminine, the Empress is all the queens rolled into one. Okay, you don't get to sit on that throne. You don't a throne because you were born with a silver spoon in hand. The queen, the Empress sitting there, she's earned her right to sit there. This woman has been through the wars. She's had to face many trials and tribulations, and the angels are. They are restoring her, literally restoring the feminine into her feminine power. They are healing her so that she can be truly, truly the divine goddess that she is in this connection. And this woman is very independent. She's learned how to take care of herself. She's learned the lessons from the past, because it is judgment. But she's sitting pretty now through her own efforts, making the effort to tend to break the cycle, self-sabotage cycles Okay. Creating stability, beauty, and harmony in her life. Her confidence is returning. She's also setting up healthy boundaries, learning to say no. She's been through the wars, but she still has a lot of passion for her masculine in spite of everything she's been through, maybe past failed relationships, or whatever it was that she needed to face all by herself. Slightly PTSD, okay? She's still game, but she's overcome all of this. There's a lot of passion here. Sagittarius Aries energy with this Nine of Wands. Why is the High Priestess here, please? Why is the High Priestess here? She's not saying much, but she knows. She's Pisces. There's a knowingness. She knows about the spiritual connection. She might even be, like a counselor of some kind, working with women, or listening to people, doing consultations, keeping people's secrets. She's the confidant. She listens, but she doesn't speak. She keeps the secrets. Why is the High Priestess here, please? Why is the High Priestess here? If she could say something, what is it that she would say? Okay, what would she say? I'm finishing off with a cycle of confusion, and I know there's a brand new fresh start impatient waiting for me. Brand new start. So we have two aces here. We have the feminine coming to the end of a cycle where there has been a lot of illusion, confusion, mental stress, anxiety, and now she knows that there's a brand new fresh start waiting for her, and she knows it's coming. She knows that it must come. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, and we're in Sagittarius at the moment, so she knows that there's something that's happening right now that is shaping up to be a new beginning. Okay. Whoops, this one. Okay. For the feminine, please, a card for the feminine. A card for the feminine. Where is she at? Okay, so first of all, we have not for you. And we have never-ending story. So this speaks to me about when I said that the feminine knows that those repetitive cycles needs to end. The repetitive cycles that is self-sabotaging, that keeps on putting her in situations where she's left out in the cold. The cycles that has to do with having to defend herself, having to be on guard, having to protect herself. Cycles that keeps on coming around and around and around again. The past repeating itself all the time. She knows that she needs to heal that, and she knows that these repetitive patterns is not for her. She's ready for her brand new fresh start in action, because the Ace of Wands is about taking new action. Okay, a brand new fresh start in inspiration and outgoing energy. And so I feel like this non-action of not saying anything, not doing anything, is actually quite new for this feminine. That maybe she's someone who's used to acting out, speaking out, maybe even jumping to conclusions, drawing the wrong conclusions, which, especially with this Seven of Cups and the Ten of Swords, it is like finishing a cycle where anything, all the possibilities and then drawing the wrong conclusion on what the real situation is. But how can you do that if you don't have all the information about what's going on with your masculine? It's like jumping to wrong conclusions concerning your masculine because you don't know what's going on, and finishing off that and say, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to do anything anymore because I realize I don't have the information. Therefore, I'm finishing off with cycles and my brand new action in inverted commas or way of doing things is non-action. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the universe to unfold because I know that the angels are helping me and that something is happening behind the scenes. This is powerful stuff, people. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Okay, romance angels cards for the feminine. These fell. I like them to jump out. There, oh, trust. She does trust. That's why she's the high priestess. She's trusting in her knowingness. She's trusting in her intuition because she knows this is the one for me. This is the one for me. Okay, so I'll draw a soulmate card. What a beautiful reading this is. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do these. What does the feminine have to tell the masculine? Two hearts merge through an explosion of love. United, they create unlimited wealth. Together, they fulfill their dreams. OMG. The feminine knows that she knows where she wants to invest. Her long-term, she knows who is her long-term security, and she finds it in her masculine. She knows that the place where she belongs is with him. And because she knows what she knows, no action is needed. She knows that the angels will deliver it, that it will manifest, and it will manifest long-term. Her masculine might even have dark hair. Her hair might be slightly lighter than his, literally just like that. The feminine knows. She knows you're the one. And she knows that with the masculine that they will take action when they are ready. She trusts her masculine to come forward when he is ready. Now, we know what's happening with the masculine and the feminine. I want to now know, will the masculine and the feminine reconnect? And for this, I am going to get out a new deck because I want a yes or no. Now let me see. Okay, I'm going to use the Grand Lux or Grand Lu, I don't know how you say it, tarot by Charo Marchetti. And the question is, will the masculine and the feminine reconnect? Because there's a lot of inaction. The masculine and the feminine, they are powering up, they're healing, they are coming into new perspectives, working on themselves, becoming aware spiritually. I feel like there's spiritual growth and a deep psychological understanding on heart level as well as mental level for both the masculine and the feminine, because the angels have been working with them while they're sleeping. They've been working with them in their subconscious, things that they're not always aware of. So now the question is, will this feminine and masculines who resonate with this reading, will they reconnect? We have the King of Swords flipping over. So this is someone who can look at a situation objectively. It is about communication. It's about speaking your mind. It's about having a very mature approach in an intellectual way to this connection. It's a masculine person, so I feel like the masculine is ready to speak. They're ready to have an intellectual discussion about this. They might have done research. They come to this connection with knowledge. They want to speak their mind in a mature way. They have there's a bird there, so they feel like they have the overview, they have the information that they need to have an intellectual conversation and connection with the feminine. Will the masculine and the feminine reconnect? 2 more cards, please. Will the masculine and the feminine, resonating with this reading, reconnect soon? Will they reconnect soon? That's what I want to say. Will they reconnect soon? Will they reconnect soon? So that's this King of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. The next air sign coming up is Aquarius, okay? So there might be communication in the new year. We have the Fool popping up. Fool to me has a Uranian flavor to it, okay? So we have Uranus and Taurus at the moment. The Fool is also about Aries. It resembles Aries. Brand new, fresh start, very random. So I feel like someone is going to take a leap of faith here. Someone is free. I feel like the masculine, if there was anything that was tying this masculine up, not being able to, whether it was maybe financial situations, maybe the masculine was struggling with getting his financial ducks in a row, maybe he was struggling with physical health, or something that was holding him back is coming to an end. Now he's ready to speak, and he's willing to take a leap of faith. And I feel like this is the masculine, because he's the one finishing off with cycles in the majors. So after the World comes the Fool. So I feel like the masculine is getting ready in this new year to take a leap of faith with his feminine. He is single. If he was in a connection with if there was a relationship that created distance between them emotionally or geographically, I feel like that relationship is done. And that there's also a house move, because the World and the Fool means moving or relocating. Maybe he's looking to move closer to where the feminine is. It could play out in various, but I feel like communication is coming up. So 1 more card. Will the masculine and the feminine reconnect? You know, the people, the masculine and the feminine that resonate with this reading, will they reconnect? I have one definite yes. That Fool to me is a yes. Brand new, fresh start. Next to the World, that's a brand new, fresh start. Next to the next to Judgment here is also about the past repeating itself. So I feel like coming around again, especially with that World card coming around again, these three, and oh my god. Last card, Temperance, showed up 3 times. The angels are working to deepen this connection. They're working on it. It's coming. We're in Sagittarius now. So I feel the time is nigh, people. It's like in the new year, definitely in the first half of this new year, I feel like Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, has just gone into Capricorn. There's beautiful things happening with Jupiter in Capricorn trining Uranus and Taurus. It's coming together. I would say that both parties, both the masculine and the feminine, are gearing up to meet up again. I wouldn't say Christmas. I would feel like not December, because December is still very heavy in energy. There's Jupiter conjunct the South Node. We still have to get past that point. But once we go into the new year, we're also going to go into eclipse season. Remember this, we have that solar eclipse on Christmas Day, and then we have the lunar eclipse on 10 January next year. And I feel like that is the cycle that is going to break this whole thing, is just going to crack it wide open. Wide open, because that eclipse is Cancer, Capricorn axis. Cancer is the home, it's the mother, it is where do you nourish yourself? It's the home. Okay, and Capricorn is about family, it's about business, it's about your visibility in the world. It rules the 10th house. So both these cards here that is resembling that axis, Cancer, Capricorn axis here. So thank you for watching, everyone. Please give me feedback on this reading. I'm so happy I could bring you beautiful, supportive energy and information in non-communication with the masculine and the feminine. Please let me know how this reading finds you, how you resonate with this. There's a brand new fresh start waiting here. A brand new fresh start, and I feel like the masculine is going to make the move. The masculine is going to come out and start to communicate. Okay, everyone, have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Light and love.